Hey craft friends, and this is a little short haul and a rationale for why in my practice, I try to be as thrifty as possible. But I'm going to go through the haul first. So I have been recently over the past week or so to the $5 store, to Target, and to Dollar Tree. So I'm going to show you the things. I've gotten these at 5 and below. You can see I got them on sale for $2.35. And these are self-care cards, just little reminders of things you can do to the day to take care of yourself. And it says on the box, making yourself a priority. And I'm going to move around so you can see. I got this little stand here at the 5 and below store, and I love it because this is where I put my cards for the day, and then I leave them up. And so I'm going to do that right now. So this is the card, and it says cheer up. And sorry about that, this is my card from yesterday, and it says Dove, take a leap of faith. Both very apropos for things, and I just think it's so cute. And I love this little clip, and underneath it, I'm going to move this card, so hopefully I've dropped it again. But it came with this little tablet here. And sometimes if it's something that really sticks out to me, I'll write it on the tablet there. And it all is right there for me. So I love it. So I'm going to move that. And then I'm going to show you some of the candles that I've recently bought. I love candles, and I guess the element of fire is really my thing. So these are the candles that I've recently bought. Now, I didn't buy all these at the same place, but Target has these little areas in the front where you can get stuff really pretty cheap. I think I got both these candles for about $1. I just love that they were in this little carry-on thing, and it's supposed to be citronella candles. But so far I haven't used them for that. I've used them inside. I haven't been outside as much as I like, so I'm going to move those. And these are some other candles that I got from Target. Now, they were a little bit more expensive, but they smell wonderful. And as you can see, sometimes when I'm burning candles, something I do that I love the smell or whatever may not necessarily I do a simple spell, as it were. I may set my intentions and say something over the candle and put a few crystal chips in there that kind of coordinate with the intentions that I've set. Very simple, but I just like to do that sometimes. And there you can see are my crystals, the clear quartz and a pink quartz crystal. Kind of like in both of them. These just have clear quartz in them, but the smell is wonderful. And I think these were for, the one is Moonlight Hibiscus. This is the blue candle. Show that again. That candle right there. And then this pink candle is Amber and Pink Rose, and it's the rose quartz crystal that was in there. It kind of lost my train of thought, basically. Then I think I did get this one at the dollar store. I just love the scents sometimes, and sometimes these candles are more devotional candles versus anything I'm using. So this one has fresh jasmine, and it does have that jasmine type smell. And these I got at 5 and below, and they smell wonderful to me. Eucalyptus mint and lavender basil. I'm just burning these now. These are just candles. Sometimes I just like to have candles burning. Sometimes I use certain things I use more simpler candles for workings and that kind of thing. So those are the candles that I recently got on some of my finds. At 5 and below, I also bought this book. Now, I'll sometimes add some stuff because this is just going to be like a grimoire for me, where I'm just going to be writing some things in here that I want. So I've kind of done some things with it. Had a lot of blank pages. Like I said, I got this at 5 and below. I thought it was a very great find. It's pretty. I like it a lot. And then I just got these at the dollar store. Sometimes I like to get these little notebooks with different stuff. This is where I kind of take notes. And the notebook has where I can, the perforated things that I can take out and put in my grimoires, basically. The other one I have is just basically a plain notebook that I've decorated. But I like to keep a couple of these around when I read a book, when maybe I just want to take some notes. Sometimes on YouTube videos, you guys, you don't know how much you teach. Sometimes if I think that's warranted, I will take some notes off somebody's video or whatever, and I like to keep them in this book. And then if I want to put them in my book of shadows, I can do that. So those are some of the finds that I found, and I'm going to go back through it and just show you. And then I just like to say that sometimes for me, the reasons that I am thrifty in my practice is one, you know, I hate to be one of those people that are commercial, but I like to have some things. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm a minimalist and I try to watch my pennies as best I can, but I like to have an array of candles because I may use them for workings. I may use them as a devotional candle, and I like to have an array. I love to write, so I usually have more than one journal. I write my thoughts. I might write comments on things that I'm reading. I put it all in, any reflections that I have. So I like to have plenty of writing material around me. And so I replace those things often. But because I know that I do spend money on my craft, I try to keep it at a minimal. So it's the reason why I try to be thrifty. There is no shame in my game that I do a lot with the dollar store. I do a lot with Goodwill or a thrift store. And now Five and Below too, because they usually have things. And if I do go to stores like I got these things at Target, I'm looking for economical, and I'm going to be honest. My budget does not always fit botanicas and metaphysical shops all the time because some of the things cost so much and it's out of my budget. It's not that I don't want to pay that. It's just really it's not in my budget all the time. Now, sometimes I put a little pieces of change to the side, and when I go to a metaphysical shop or a botanica, then I may get something and I have a budget of whatever that is. And usually I'm going to be honest, and this may not work for everybody. It depends on what's going on because I'm an entrepreneur. I mostly work for myself. Even though I'm a nurse, I contract my services out. So I put a budget, you know, for me, budget on supplies for my craft is 25 or try not to go over $35 or $40 in a month. That just kind of keeps me out of thing. I not only work and do workings for myself, but I also do workings for other people. Not all the time, but frequently. And so when I do workings for other people, I like to have a supply of things so that I have them when I need them. But I don't try to get too crazy with things. And I have before. I'll be the first to admit that. But what I'm learning is that when I give myself a budget per month on things I can buy for my practice, for me, it works better. And now you don't have to spend any money. You can make things if you're crafty. You can find things in nature, and we all know that. That's not my gift all the time. Sometimes I am pretty crafty and I add my little touch to even things I buy and that kind of thing. But I find myself being thrifty in other ways by shopping in shops that meet my budget. Now, you know, I do try. I am not one of those that I gotta have the perfect candle and all of that. If it doesn't, I try to stay away from too much synthetic things, but you know, I'm on a budget, and that's the bottom line for me. I don't want anything that will hurt anyone. Now, I will tell you the thing that I do spend money on are oils because I really like therapeutic brand oils in my working. Sometimes that's possible, and sometimes I'm not, especially if I'm going to do something that may be applied to the skin. I really want good oils for that. Things that I'm just oil that maybe I'm adding to some oils I'm making or whatever. I'm a little less, maybe cautious on that. But if you have sensitivities, if you have allergies to certain things, we all know that you need to be aware of that and get what works better for you at the highest quality that works better for you. But being thrifty in my practice, I don't mind getting things at the cheaper places and I make my own oils, I make my own sprays and that kind of thing. Um, I sometimes make my own incenses with using loose leaf ingredients and putting over the charcoal disc. Now, I don't mind getting incense and stuff like that. But for me, I guess I say, unless it's something I just have to have because it smells so great, smells are, I get the cheaper incense. And sometimes my supplies are of the cheaper variety. I have no problem with that. Some people do, is your preference, but I'm a witch on a budget and I have to work with my budget. And I think we all have to be aware for our finances. What works for me may not work for you, but this is how I keep my practice under control and how I keep my cost and revenue under control is that I have a budget for these kind of things. And usually I build up supplies that I always have something. No more than a white candle, I can make it. Or the basic supplies, which I will talk about that in the maybe another video, the basic supplies that I keep. Because even your herbs and stuff after a year may not be as potent. So these are just my ways of being thrifty, and I think it works very well for me. May work for you, may not. Just some suggestions and some things I'm sharing that I do in my practice. You have a very, very blessed day and a blessed week, and I will talk to you soon. Talk to you later, craft fans. Be blessed.